listen.
3000.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
Yo.
I am Zen.
I'm Caesar.
And we are Listen 3000. So we're going to do this one more time.
I see what you did.
You already know what the vibes is. We here for the Across the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes, sir.
This is our review, man. And we've been anticipating this movie for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to be able to talk about it. But before we get into it, man, just so you know, if you didn't know, this is an Agents of Fandom podcast. So please make sure to check out agentsofandom.com for all the new articles that we're dropping every single week, every day. It's crazy. And make sure to check out all the podcasts on Agents of Fandom Network, including Fandom Academy, Agents of Fandom, Tickets to Reality. So yeah, shout out to the home team.
Yep, always.
You know what I mean? And also shout out to the Sound Gallery for allowing us to shoot in this wonderful space. If you're in the Philadelphia area, make sure you come through and record some music.
Yes, sir.
And all that. So yeah, shout out to them. And yeah, man.
Well, no, one more announcement.
Oh.
Spoiler warning.
Oh, yes, my bad.
Because it's going to get bad.
Yes, it's going to get bad.
And quick. So
yeah, we're not really wasting no time. So yeah, if you didn't see the movie yet,
go
see the movie and then come back.
Don't listen.
We're not going nowhere. We'll be here on YouTube and on your podcast apps.
Yes.
We'll be here. But go see the movie. It's incredible. Shout out to everybody that created this joint.
Jeez. Y'all are immaculate.
Yeah.
Now, all the spider people die. Everybody dies. Just kidding. Didn't no spider people die too? No spider people die, right? Actually.
Nah.
How wild.
Not
when you
yet.
think about it.
Not yet.
Oh, Jesus. He said it's canon that someone will die.
If you want to start it off, I'm going to pull up the IMDb.
All right, bet. Got you. Got our notes here. Give me a sec, guys.
Nah, for sure.
All right, this lovely movie. Let's do it. So, the movie takes place in two parallel universes, Earth 65 and Earth 1610. In Earth 65, Gwen Stacy, this is her world, her universe, also known as Spider-Woman, is struggling to live up to her father's expectations while keeping her identity a secret. Her father blames her for the death of the universe's Peter Parker, who is Lizard in this. It's a Lizard, which is a crazy reveal, which is why I said go see the movie. It's
Who's
fast.
also played by Jack Quaid. So shout out to Jack Quaid from The Boys.
Like, wow, my guy. So again, y'all should leave if you ain't. There's a lot of stuff in this movie.
No,
but anyway,
facts.
He's the Lizard. And honestly, we can explain that a little bit before I even continue. The way that scene was kind of crazy, right? Because wasn't it at like a school homecoming dance or some type of like school event situation? And he popped out as the Lizard, and like, didn't he hit the ceiling, right? And a piece of the ceiling fell on him.
Yes,
she didn't really, because she didn't kill him.
Yeah.
The ceiling did. But then once he like came out of the Lizard stuff, it was Peter, and she didn't know. And then her dad, so her dad blames her for the death of this universe's Peter Parker and is hunting her down for revenge, not knowing that it's Gwen, obviously.
Right. Real quick, let's talk about Gwen's universe real quick because it looks incredible.
Great way to start that one. Oh my
It's like
gosh.
this watercolor.
Yes, watercolor,
Painting, emotion, moving.
It's like a live museum. Like
basically.
Like, wow.
People been saying this, and the phrase rings true for this movie. Every scene, every shot is art. Every single piece is. You could literally freeze frame any shot of the movie and put it on your wall.
It could be a poster. Yeah.
Every single shot.
It could be in a canvas, like on a canvas.
Every single shot.
No, seriously, it's that immaculate. But also the fact that her emotions dictate the color of it is sick. Because we heard about that. I think we even talked about it on the pod before. That the writers said that was going to be part of the movie, but was seeing it and live with like the editing of, going from like her talking to her dad, for instance, like her dad and her, the way it would switch and it would keep changing colors.
Right.
Oh my gosh, y'all gotta go! It was amazing.
Yes, it was.
This movie. I don't even know what to say. It's so good.
So we can jump into the next part. Would be so there's a variant of the Vulture that's flying around this universe. Obviously, he's not from there. It looks like he's from some type of Renaissance universe. And this is kind of where we get into the multiversal shenanigans of this film.
Speaking of a museum, they fight at the Guggenheim Museum.
They do. Yes, they do.
Yes.
So the Vulture is running around going crazy. Gwen's trying to stop him. Things are not going her way.
Nope.
Then
Dun, 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 dun.
comes not Miles Morales, Miguel O'Hara,
wish.
Spider-Man 2099
Yeah.
comes through to help out, as well as Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, played by Issa Rae. And that scene is incredible.
Yeah, so oh my god,
Yeah,
like
it's
the
so
action
many-
with all of
yeah,
them.
it's so many of
Anytime
these.
you got spider people going together, every scene of it was just amazing
Yeah.
to see. Like wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, they shut Vulture down. They get him out of here, right?
Yeah, they do.
Send him into a portal back to his home. I'm assuming.
Right.
And
And
then
during this scene is the scene where Gwen reveals to her father, who is the captain of the police force, that she is Spider-Woman in that universe. And it's very intense.
and yeah, because she definitely had to give it up, or
Yeah.
she was going to be shot. Maybe.
Yeah.
He is trying to stop her, and she takes off her mask, and it gets emotional from there.
It definitely does. It definitely does. Such a great scene, though.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
I can't
And-
stress enough through this review. We're going to be saying the voice acting performances, man. Hailee Steinfeld.
went crazy. And my guy, do we got the IMDb? Yeah, perfect. Her dad killed too. My guy, he's in a bunch of HBO stuff. I love Ball. There we go. Shea Wigham.
Okay.
I just saw it.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Wigham.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're really good.
killed as well.
Yes.
They're really good. No, but anyway, what happens next? Gwen reveals herself.
So yeah,
She joins the Spider
she
Society.
basically joins the
a
Spider
group
Society.
dedicated to protecting the multiverse, and then the trio leave the Earth 65.
And mind you, like we didn't even get the intro credits of the movie yet. All this has happened, and then after that, the movie kind of starts, and,
And
we
then
go back to Miles.
the beginning credits are amazing. Like
Yes.
it looks like the first movie's beginning credits, but like they dug into it even more. It looks so cool.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
But yeah, let's get to Miles, the star of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, on Earth 1610 in Brooklyn, Miles Morales is adjusting to his role as Spider-Man and dealing with his parents' high expectations. He counters the Spot, a scientist with portal abilities, at a convenience store and defeats him in a fight. Let's pause here because we found out that the person at the convenience store was Ziggy Marley. That is nuts.
Shout out Ziggy Marley.
Yo, the cast in this, like, we're gonna just keep calling people out if we can find them.
Nah, for
but
sure,
like,
for sure.
man, they just kept. How did they come up with these people? Did they all audition, or were they just like, you want to get Ziggy for this one? Like I just want to know
Which
the behind
Marley
the
is
scenes.
available right
that
now?
Right? Like which Marley you want? Like that's crazy. And he killed, super killed.
Nah, super cool, yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So that scene is pretty funny. We see the Spot.
Which was funny. The Spot is played by Jason Schwartzman.
Kills the entirety,
Yeah.
especially when we get later. Like the build this man put on his voice was nuts.
I think it's really dope, like, because where we find him at the beginning of the movie is not where he ends up at the end of the
No,
movie.
he's literally silly in the beginning.
Yeah, very silly character. He's it seems like he's still trying to figure his powers out
Yeah.
a bit. And he's just, like he literally says in the joint, like, I lost everything and I can't really do anything because I'm this. So
Right.
I just turned to a life of crime.
Yeah.
Because, like, what else you going to do?
He said it to the guy at the convenience store. He literally was like, when you think about it, I'm not even robbing you. I'm
robbing
people."
the
He was
bank.
like, no, you're robbing me, man. Didn't he even say, he said, sir, please let me rob you. Like, he was so simple in the beginning.
Right.
Not at that.
God damn.
My God, I got
We getting there. We
If I
gonna
was a
get there.
kid seeing that, Jesus, I would have nightmares.
Yeah, no. He gets very terrifying by the end of this movie. But,
Yeah. I'll keep going.
Okay.
So the Spot breaks free and blames Miles for his predicament. Miles brings him to Alchemex, but they end up in a void where the Spot uses his portals to travel to other universes. We definitely got to stop there.
yeah, nah, for
We
sure.
got to explain what in the world, why the Spot is the Spot.
Nah, for sure. Because
So-
that part is crazy.
Nuts.
So,
Nuts.
in the movie,
They love a good twist in the Spider-Verse.
right? Because, like, we kind of skipped over some of the school stuff, but that's not that much important right now.
Nah. Give
wanna
it up.
get into
I
it?
mean, we here. We'll do it real quick though.
Okay.
So, because we did just say that dealing with with his parents' expectations. What is going on with that? He is a sophomore now, right? He's a sophomore. They're getting him ready to, like college prep stuff, right?
Yeah.
And his parents are there, I guess, for like one of those meetings, like teacher-parent meetings to figure out the future of the kid, right? For colleges. They tell him that he could maybe go to Princeton based on like the story. That scene was funny too.
Yeah.
When he's like, having a story in general is nasty. I'm like, yeah, talk about it. That's great. But like that also is a part of the whole thing, right? Unfortunately. So they go through that, and this is while Miles is fighting the Spot, so he isn't there right away. And I'm assuming that this happens all the time. Like he just doesn't show up.
Yeah. It seems like a thing. I mean, that's a Spider-Man. thing.
It's a Spider-Man thing. We all know. We all know if we've been in this world before. But yeah. So with all of that, he has a great little speech to his mom about Princeton, right? About like why he wants to go to Princeton and that he basically needs to let his wings. You know what I mean? He doesn't.
And this
say
was
that
a very
there,
funny scene. Shout out to Brian Tyree Henry who plays Jeff. Plays Jefferson Davis. And then we got the Queen, Lauren Vélez, who plays Rio Morales. Also, from the Power Universe. Shout out to her.
Power game. We go next season. Just so y'all know, y'all gonna get it. But yeah, they kill every scene that they're in. That's not even
like they really. Yeah, I love his parents in this.
And
film.
their ongoing joke of the like kept adding months to his being grounded.
Oh yeah.
They tell him 5 months, and we'll still be here for him. It was so funny. But anyway, yes, that happened, and he has to leave again, right?
Yeah, and basically this time Jefferson also leaves, and they both go to find the spot and follow the spot. Yeah. And this is where they get to Alchemex, and the spot gets into his villain origin story spiel, which has some crazy revelations. Whoa. If you have seen Into the Spider-Verse, which if you're here watching this, hopefully you have.
First off, know what? Y'all better go do your research. What are we doing?
Hey, I'm just trying to be, I'm trying to be correct. I'm trying to be correct,
Yeah.
But so he gets into this villain origin story, and it's a lot of foreshadowing in this moment. Should I give it up right now, or should we keep it pushing?
Say foreshadow and leave it that.
Okay, all right. So they foreshadow a few things in this scene, but
we'll come back to that.
Right, but they basically tell you that in the first movie when they're escaping Alchemex, and it's him and Peter B. Parker, and they're trying to get the little, what do they call it, the little USB drive?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Miles throws a bagel at a scientist on his way out of the building.
And honestly, if you've seen the first movie, it's kind of distinct.
They do kind of highlight that. It's bagel.
It's just like it's just a bagel. It was random. So like it's very we all remember it if you see it.
Nah, for sure. Yeah. And that person that he hit became the spot at the end of the movie after the fight with the Kingpin. The collider blows up. He's caught in the middle of it. Yeah. Mutation. And now he is the spot.
He is literally a multiverse person because of his holes.
Yes.
Remember he kept talking about his holes?
Yeah.
They were like, hey, buddy, can you be quiet? You're making us uncomfortable over here. I died at that. Because he said holes like 4 times in the last 2 minutes.
Everyone has holes. I was like, what?
They're like, hey, yo, what we doing up here? What we doing? That was so funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
But anyway, so that was where we caught up with Alchemex. Then he goes into this multiverse trip because he gives this whole spiel to Miles. And also Miles' dad is looking at him like, hey, yo, you do this, Spider-Man? Like, you really do you do what he's saying? Right. He's like, yo, this man crazy. I don't know what he talking about. Because in Miles' world, in his eyes, he has no idea where this guy came from or if this is true or not. He doesn't remember, it seems like it. So,
yeah.
But how could he, right? Anyway, the spot then falls into one of his holes, correct?
Yes, he does.
And disappears. At this point, he is basically holeless, and he's just looking.
He's in the void of all the and then he starts jumping. He starts exploring other universes.
Yeah.
That's where we get a cameo from the Lego Spider-Man,
which is dope. We'll say that one in a sec. What's the first one though?
It's like a 1960s thing, but I don't think we've seen any Spider-Man.
No, and
just showing you that universe exists.
Yeah. What was the second one? Was Venom's world, right?
Yes,
I forget which Earth it is. It tells you in the movie.
I think 388 or something like that.
Hey, dope if you remember the name. Dang, I don't remember the name. But you see, what's the lady at the store? What's her name again?
Miss Chen.
Yes, and Mr.
Is it Miss Chen? Hold up.
Cho?
Hold up. Let me look it up.
Yeah, because we don't want to get nothing wrong.
Nah, that's facts.
Well, while he looks it up, because we'll clarify. But we all know the character from the store, and her reaction.
Yeah, Mrs. Chen.
Dope. Mm-hmm. And I get her confused. Yeah. What was I about to say about the store? She didn't react, right?
Oh yeah. So the spot pops out of a portal in the store. This is the store from Venom, the convenience store from Venom. That's a lot of things happen in that film. He pops out and he's just talking to her, and she's just not phased by any of that.
He's like, why are you not reacting? He's like, he says something around the lines of like you're acting like you've seen this before. And she's like,
yeah. And he just takes a piece of gum. He takes like a thing of gum. The gum says Venom Mint.
He can't even get the gum. I didn't even peep that the gum said Venom Mint.
Yeah, it said Venom Mint.
That's very funny. But yeah, man, and then after we get to this lovely Legoland.
Yes.
Lego world.
Yes.
And it's funny because it connects to the next part, right?
Yeah.
So when he shows up on the Lego world, I guess he realized the Lego Peter Parker realizes that it was an anomaly because that's what he says.
Yeah.
But how did he know since it was the spot? Did he just assume because it was a?
I think he assumed just because it was a multiversal, and maybe something maybe they've been tracking him
because
for a while.
honestly,
Maybe.
this may be
It seemed like they was already tracking him. They were tracking him already.
The spot,
because that's why Gwen came.
but is the spot an anomaly?
No, but he's causing these events.
Right, but you people, what I'm saying, I won't say it yet, but it seems like they foreshadowed on one of our predictions. Right?
Okay.
Because why does he use anomaly? Miles isn't there. It had nothing to do with Miles.
True. But I mean, Miles isn't the only like the spot.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
He's an anomaly because of Miles.
But is he an anomaly? Do they consider him an anomaly?
I mean,
that's what he said, but you get what I'm saying.
No, I
right?
feel you.
I don't know. Because it makes me go, okay.
Because the spot is an issue.
Right.
Because of Miles.
But not an anomaly. Unless if he is.
Miles is an anomaly. So anything comes from him.
Is one? Is that what we're saying?
It's a multiversal problem. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us.
No. We're going to come back to this. You'll see. Anyway, foreshadow. Sorry about that. So Gwen travels
to 1610, yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, we had to say how that the Lego Peter Parker calls.
Exactly. He calls Miguel and he's like, yo,
Snitch.
something happened. You might want to check this out. Yeah. And Miguel was like, you're one of our best. You're one of our best ones.
It was incredible. It was great. A great moment.
The fact that the Lego Spider-Man is one of the best ones is awesome.
It really is.
Very awesome.
I want to know how we can get busy. Like, how he fighting? Like, what do he do? Anyway, like, does he just like build on someone?
Maybe.
Maybe.
And it's funny. Fun fact before we get off of that.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons played J.J. Jameson in this part, which means
he did it in multiple Jones.
Multiple
right?
Jones.
He also did in Gwen's World, right?
I want to say he did.
Yeah, because they're saying something about Spider-Woman.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at him. He always going to be the only one, the only variant.
I'm fine with that.
That's cool with me. But this last thing says Gwen travels to Miles' location, unaware that he has followed her into.
Oh,
whoa.
Yeah.
They skipped.
No,
Sorry,
they definitely skipped. So here we go. So Gwen travels to 1610 to reconnect with Miles.
Yep.
Which she wasn't supposed to do.
Well, let's be honest. That is not why she came to.
That's not why. But it's.
She did double-edged sword situation.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. No, she
because
definitely did.
she was there to look for the spot. And she was like, I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna go check on Miles. So that's where we
right. Which was a very cool scene.
Yeah.
Them as more developed spider people, especially Miles, because he wasn't doing all this stuff before. So he's literally right with her, like swinging through the city.
Yeah, she was already taken back by Michael, swooped off to her feet in the first second. She get on the bed, look at him. She goes, "You've developed, you changed, whatever she said."
Matured.
I'm like, and he's just like, "What? Like you're just in my room right now? What are we talking about?" But yeah, that scene was dope. Their interaction was cool. And
she's telling them about the Spider Society, basically, like, yo, I'm
while
part of this
they're
team.
swinging through the
city,
and it's so dope. I guess this comes to the animation thing again, like how they can just do so much with animation.
Right.
The way that they just casually do the dopest like move. You know what I'm saying? They're just like flying and doing crazy stuff, but like they're just having a conversation. Like it was so cool that it could be so casual and they're just like
for sure
going crazy together.
That's the spider life.
That's what I'm saying. That's the spider life. It's crazy. They need a drink or something, and that needs to be the slogan.
Right.
That's just the spider life.
That's just the spider life.
That's the way of a spider. No, but yeah, so then they're swinging around and then they land on, I guess, their cool little spot. The spiders love a good a skyscraper.
Shout out to Toby. Yeah, he said that. They all the spider people got a spot. It's very, very high up in there.
Always, man. Like a spider. So but yeah, even that shot was dope. When like they went upside down and she
was walking and then the camera spent around and
the animation is amazing too, but the direction that's adding to it makes you feel like you're in this joint sometimes. It's really
facts. Real quick. Let's shout out the directors because it's 3 directors helming this film, and we gotta give it up for them.
In fact, y'all even got 3. Y'all knew, so they were like, we gotta get this right.
Facts. Shout out to Joaquim Dos Santos.
Yep.
Shout out to Kemp. Go ahead. You go ahead. Yep. Shout out to Kemp Powers.
Yes.
And shout out to Justin K. Thompson, the 3 directors of Across the Spider-Verse, because the direction in this movie very, very, very well. Very good. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy. People like, hey, Secret Wars? I'm like, don't put all that on their plate.
Nah, they gotta let them finish this.
I wouldn't be mad if they wrote it though.
Yo, yes. Shout to Lord and Miller. We need them on because they wrote this movie, so they get them on the pen.
You know
what I mean.
But yes, let's keep it moving.
Yeah. So we got Gwen and Miles.
Yeah, and then we get kind of a scene where you see Miles. Yeah, Miles brings Gwen back to the father's. What is it? It's like a celebration.
It's like a celebration for him to becoming captain. Which also we didn't talk about this, but Miles messed that up tremendously.
Yeah, and also we didn't go over that because that part you guys know if you've seen the movie.
Yeah, of course.
But he messes up the cake.
But
that
just
show up during the nice speech.
That just set the tone for how his parents are already feeling.
He's also grounded already.
Exactly.
I think 2 months he got so far. He's got two. As of right now.
Because then the parents they walk into the room after him and Gwen go out and swing around the city and they see her jacket on the thing. On the bed, and it's like, oh yeah, add another month.
Yep.
So yeah, he's going through a lot of like growth, plus the Spider-Man stuff.
Oh, actually, bro, you got that one wrong. It's the other way around, right?
What you mean?
Oh, was that he left and then they came back? Is that why? Got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got that confused when he left the next time, but the mom told him to leave.
They
the
left
whole
and
thing.
came back. Yeah,
got it. You're right.
Yep.
Cool. So then when he brings her back, and they're already like suspicious of Gwen because they're like, my son don't be acting like this before he had a friends or a girl around him. So something's going on. And then they go and kind of spy on them, pull up on them, and I guess make an awkward moment for him. Right. And then
Gwen kind of dips out.
Yeah, and Gwanda leaves. Yes. And then once she leaves, Miles
and his mom, they have that deep talk.
Yes, they have that great
which was very, very incredible conversation.
Every emotional scene in this movie hit, bro. Like, I'm like surprised I didn't have tears. I probably should have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of scenes in here where I'm like, this is some real ass acting from this cartoon right now. Yeah. Like, they are going, you know? It just shows how crazy the voice acting is mixed with the collaboration of the animation. It's just wild. And like even you said off the pod, like sometimes it make you feel like it's real. Like real people, like I don't know, like you get so sucked into the movie.
Nah, for sure.
But anyway, yeah, great scene, and the mom, and Miles's mom tells him that he can basically have one last night out, right?
Yeah.
Before he comes home and is grounded for I think 3 months now.
Yeah, 3 months. So he follows Gwen. Gwen is tracking the spot basically.
He is invisible though. She does not know this.
Yeah. So he follows Gwen. The spot basically gets whatever he was looking for in that universe. He gets out and gets in and gets out. And basically Gwen is on like a video call with Jessica Drew, and she's basically explaining, yo, we need you need to get him. Find the spot and neutralize his threat so we can continue doing what we're doing for the multiverse. Right? And she basically grinding her up like, yo, you wasn't supposed to go there. You wasn't supposed to talk to Miles. You wasn't supposed to do that. Da-da-da-da-da. Miles is watching all of this invisible.
She said, I knew you was thirsty.
Basically. Right? So she gives him one last chance. The spot winds up going to Spider-Man India's universe.
Yeah.
Right? So she dips off through the portal.
The animation, by the way.
Incredible, right?
That might be one of my favorite, like locations in the whole genre.
Yeah, for sure.
That was fire.
For sure. And shout out to I don't want to mispronounce Spider-Man's name, man. Pavitier Parker.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? If I mess it up, ground me up in the comments.
Yes. He'll take this as a share.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Yes. And it's in Moonbatten
on Earth 5101.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're running through that. They basically introduce you to this new Spider-Man India, which is really cool. He's played by
my guy too from Deadpool.
There he is. Karan Soni.
Yeah, and you killed my friend.
He really did a good job.
Great job.
Not for sure.
Need lots more from him. Wouldn't be mad at a little
spinoff?
I ain't hating on any of the new characters that gave a spin. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure.
When it comes to him, Spider-Punk, I take Spider-Bite, like her, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, very different. Yeah, for sure.
Jessica Drew, please, like I'm into all of these people.
Nah, for sure. So where we at right now? They're tracking the spot. The spot winds up going to the Alchemex of this universe, and they're trying to stop him from getting to the Collider because obviously we know from the first movie, Collider bad, multiverse gets crazy, right. So they're trying to stop that. A shield is put up. Miles is trying to use his electricity powers to break the shield.
Mm-hmm. And then a mighty guy comes and breaks through.
Our guy, Spider-Punk. Yeah. Hobie Brown.
Hobie.
I hate the AM. I hate the PM.
You're good at it because I know what you just said, and I couldn't understand what.
I hate labels.
Hate labels. Hate capitalism.
I hate capitalism.
I hate people. He probably hates it all. Yo, the animation on him had to be by far the best animation on his own. That might be just my personal opinion, but oh my god, I saw that they said it took 2 to 3 years alone just to do Spider-Punk's animation.
Yeah.
Because it's like moving every second. It's insane.
Bro, and it's like paper. It's like
what?
It's like comic book, but then it's
still
like
that-
newspaper. Then it's
and
like
it's still the punk rock
pop.
like
It's like
aesthetic.
rock, like
the wording
like posters and stuff, like rock poster. It's like it's like crazy stuff. His whole being is nuts, bro.
His guitar is a different color than like him. I think it's like, bro, it's like
it's crazy.
I mean, like
he's like a walking collage, bro.
Yeah,
he's like a walking collage.
Like a walking collage. That's actually boom. You hit it on the mark.
It's crazy,
bro. And Daniel Kaluuya, our guy Daniel. Y'all again spinoff. No,
I would love that.
Need it.
I would love that.
Then I can put subtitles on it so I can understand sometimes.
But yeah, we they give you Spider-Man.
Also,
Spider-Punk.
even a little more. Sorry, not to cut you off. Miles has already heard a little bit about.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, okay, good call.
They already set him up a little bit with his relationship with Gwen.
With Gwen, yeah,
and like
she keeps talking about him. Saying, oh, he's so cool. We stay over at his. Oh wait, I want to call this out too. She goes. Sometimes he lets us stay over in his universe. They were swinging.
Yeah,
he stopped swinging, and he looks at her. He goes,
like, "What you mean?"
He goes, like overnight. Stands, and then he keeps going.
It gets worse when he pulls up because he's like, "Yo, you left your jacket and your toothbrush and stuff." And he's like, "Your toothbrush."
He goes, "Oh yeah, this isn't my sweater." Oh my god, I'm just gonna call it out again, like throw it right there in his face. Oh man! And then I think it made it worse for him when he realized he was actually very cool. He was like, oh damn, like why you gotta be? Like when he shows his mask, and he's like, "Why are you so much cooler under the mask?" I was just cool the whole time. That's pretty good, right?
I like that one.
Yo, Miller, Lord, Miller. Look at me. I can't do it on my other finger though. I something.
Oh yeah, pinky. See,
but I can be the one hand spider. I'll be the one hand spider. I don't got one hand, one leg, but I got webs. I'll do it.
All right.
Anyway, I'll get my own. Yeah, Spider-Verse.
So from here, obviously the Spot gets away, but let's talk about the Spot real quick when they finally get to him before we get to the Spider Society. The Spot, like literally, he's mutating. So every time he gets to like a new universe and he does some crazy stuff, he adds more spots or he becomes more of a Spot. Or something like that.
Well, the dark matter, like it almost looks like a version of like Venom or something. You know, it's not symbiote, but it's like he just becomes more. Yeah.
And he literally pulls up on Miles, was like, "Yo, you think I'm a joke?" And they're like, no, we don't think you're a joke. You're a good villain. Not yet, I'm not. He keeps saying that, like, not yet. Not yet.
Ain't that crazy too? Because let's be real, in that scene, they still don't take him serious.
No.
Like, let's be real. They don't until they need to.
Right before he dips out, after he collects the dark matter, he looks Miles in his eyes like, "Yo, I'm gonna ruin your life. I'm gonna be your nemesis, and I'm gonna take everything from you." He literally that's when he gets a vision. He gets a vision.
Oh, that was crazy,
bro. He gets a vision of seeing his father die
while seeing
Spider-Man India's
his girlfriend's father, who was the captain in that world. Also died in the same. It's like
same way.
Yeah. It's like wow,
and it's just crazy. And you can see the fear on Miles' eyes. Like he's like, "Oh, he's not playing.
Like this is going to happen."
Yeah. Which I thought that was an incredible touch.
And the animation of that scene was amazing. How it switched from the world that we were in for a sec, then the way they portrayed the vision, and it was going like in and out with the white and black and
It looked like a sketch. It looked like a sketch. Like,
super looked like a sketch. Cool. Also, like when the Spot isn't the craziest form of him yet, right? At this point,
no.
I was about to say because his is almost like scribbles.
Yeah. It gets more of that.
Yeah, like it's almost like they made it more raw. The more
stronger he got.
Right, or anytime anything had to do with him. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Because you can see like the lines and stuff on them. Like for people who draw and create art.
It was amazing.
They're like their little sketch lines and stuff that you're supposed to erase, but they're still on them and stuff. Like it gets really detailed with this animation, man. It's incredible.
It's the best ever.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
So from here, before we get to the Spider Society, Miles does something that makes a major difference, and that's something that we're going to be talking about later in this review. But he saves Spider-Man India's the police captain that's supposed to he's supposed to die in his universe. He saves him.
Can I stop you already?
Go ahead.
Gwen tried
to stop him.
In his mind, this comes back to, because I won't ruin that part in that way. Sure. But he's like, oh no, I can do it. She's like, nah, it's dangerous. She pulls him from jumping, and she's like, nah, it's dangerous. Don't do it. He's like, nah, like I'm good. I got it. Yeah. And she's like, Miles, no, and he still does it. Just so y'all know, that comes back later. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, he does that, and that creates a whole thing. Right, the collider's breaking out. It's a lot of things going on. Yep. So the Spider Society pulls up, and they're like, all right, all y'all got to come back to the headquarters. Miguel wants to talk to all of y'all.
Then they like dive into the dark matter hole and like try to fix it up, I think. Right?
Yeah. So Jessica Drew pulls up. Miles is trying to be, yo, I'm here. I want to join the team. And she's like, yeah, I know who you are. I don't care. it's like
at all.
So that they find themselves going back to
her and Miguel had some spice for my guy.
Super spice. Super spice.
And you know what's crazy? Not to do too many predictions yet. I think her ass gonna switch sides anyway.
Oh yeah.
So it's
you
like
can already tell. So like
she better give my man an apology.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean, Jesus, so impressive
for sure. So yeah, we get to the Spider Society, and you got we get a ton of cameos on this part. This is one of the most.
There's so many that I don't. What? Can we should we name any? I don't know.
We're gonna name a few. Y'all definitely can go somewhere and find a list of these cameos. Actually, I know we're gonna miss some.
Shout out every spoilers. He got one of every single one apparently.
Yeah. That out. Nah, for sure. It's a lot though. It's a lot. So we're gonna name the ones that stuck out to us.
There was a car.
Oh yeah, Peter parked car. Peter parked car.
It was a parked car.
Yeah, Peter parked
car. Jesus, I think someone was driving it too.
I think it's sentient. I think it is a thing.
No, it is.
You can drive it though.
No.
Yeah,
you're right. I'm aware. I know that. Someone was in it too. Like there was when it wasn't neat. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
It's like they just had too many. Web slinger one.
Yeah, it was the cowboy Western Spider-Man.
Yep.
It was we got.
He was kind of fly.
It was right with the horse with the thing. Yeah. He was like, yo, why does the horse got a mask? He was like, because.
Why did he say? He had a good reason.
He did have a good reason.
It was funny. The T-Rex that we saw in the trailer, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Spider-Cat apparently got busy.
Spider-Cat is crazy.
Yo, I don't know. But anyway,
it's a lot. Very, very a lot. We got Ultimate Spider-Man. We got Insomniac Spider-Man. Yes. We got Spectacular Spider-Man.
Superior Spider-Man popped up apparently.
Yes.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of it later on.
It's so many. This scene, like you can really go time for time, second for second, and start pointing out a bunch of spider people. Crazy scene. But we're walking through the Spider HQ. We're trying to get to Miguel, right? And Miles is just kind of in awe, like, yo, this is incredible. I never met these many spider people who know who I am and what this is, and they can relate to me and things like that. So he's walking through, and he's going through this place. They have all the villains that they captured from other universes, right? And you're seeing like a weird, just different variants of Spider-Man villains.
Well, yeah, and they call them out too. Like there was a Craven. They said like weirdly shaped Craven.
Yeah, it was Mysterio. That was like a cartoon.
Mysterio was hilarious.
Yeah,
and you had Mysterio. You also had like they said like video game Blob or something. But it was really, we found it was a video game Green Goblin. Right?
Yes.
Like from an old video game, so it looked really weird. Right. And another video game thing, but I didn't know who it was.
Yep.
Also in that scene, you get Insomniac
Spider-Man.
Because he said something.
Yeah, he said, "You talking about me?" And
shout out to Yuri. He's from a video game.
Yes,
I'm realizing now what he said.
Yes. Yuri Lowenthal, who plays
did
the
they
voice.
Get Yuri?
That was him. Yes.
Fire.
Shout out to Yuri.
And then you get, let's be honest, my opinion again, but greatest cameo of all time. But then you get Donald Glover as the Prowler. Oh,
not to mention a live action Prowler.
Oh, with
in this animated movie,
he has the hands. And stuff. Guys, I gotta pause for a sec. I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm a huge Donald person anyway. Like, we're Donald gang in here. You know what I mean? And it's like Die Hard. It's bad. So, I'm speechless. I'm like, bro, because I still have so many questions. It's like, I guess we'll talk about that later, right? We'll go more into it. But it just opened up a lot of questions. It just opened up a lot of doors.
It definitely does.
Right?
It definitely does.
And then even in the scene alone, like you have Miles staring at him, looking at him like, what are you? Because he's never seen a live action anything.
No,
nor does he even know what that word probably is. You know what I mean?
No,
like he's just like, this is me. I'm a cartoon.
And Prowler is like, It's rude to
It's
stare.
rude to stare, yo. And the fact that they showed him twice, like, yeah, I'm like, yo, y'all better start letting me see this man. Is he coming back? Like, right. Well, anyway,
because it's like, yo, y'all know we want Prowler. We don't really want Hypno Hustler. I don't want to disrespect anybody working on that, but we don't really
give a damn.
Want that?
Give me Prowler.
Read the Spider Room, Sony, please. Read it. Read the room.
Read the Spider Room. Read the web. Ain't that's a bar and a half?
Read the web.
The internet, come on.
Read the web.
The Spider-Verse. Y'all don't even know what we doing. I'll take your place though. I'll be the hustler. What's his name?
Hypno Hustler. It's music. It's musical. You know what I mean?
You can put him in an afro.
You win
Ren.
Ren.
Was afro before you know what I mean?
You win Ren.
Do it. Ren is not gonna work down here. She's gonna watch us and be like, "Do not involve me."
Shout out Ren.
Yes, Ren. No, but honestly, it was an incredible cameo. But and you could tell that they like wanted you to. They knew what they were doing because the other cameos that we just named were like really quick. You know, it was like
they spent a little time with
this person. They were like, you know, and then show him again right during the fight scene. So,
Right.
Man,
So getting where we at right now, we're getting to Miguel. This has to be my favorite part of the film. When we get to Miguel and Miles is trying to just be a part of this thing, he really wants to be a part of what this is. You know what I mean? And
this
Miguel,
is when the film honestly like kicks up crazy.
Yeah. And Miguel is like, no, you can't be. This is not no. So he gets into the breakdown. Also, we get Peter B. Parker coming back, played by Jake Johnson.
Killed his part in this
one. Him and Mayday
with
Parker.
Mayday, yes,
which is awesome. So, before that, do we want to get? I'll save it. I have something else, but we'll save it. It's more with Hobie. Yeah. And it's
you know what?
illusion.
I'll say something.
You want to talk about that?
No, it wasn't about that. It's about Peter B. Parker. I want to know your take on this because I don't think I agree, but I agree with a part of it. Somebody said, somebody online, I don't know, I don't remember who it was, but shout out to whoever it was. They said, hey, I'm not going to lie. And this is their opinion. Do not kill me. I didn't say this. They said, I'm not going to lie. This movie killed my guy, Peter B. Parker, for me, but I think they'll resurrect him in the next movie. How do you feel about that?
Are you saying that the secrets he was hiding, basically?
No, I didn't. Maybe because he didn't go more. The person that tweeted it didn't go more into it. I thought that they were saying, think like role wise, like he was such a side character. They, unless if you think that's what it is, they killed his actual characterization.
I think that for the story they were trying to tell, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think he did get sidelined, but it made sense.
It made sense.
Right.
He has a whole child now.
What else should he be doing? You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This isn't his thing. This is Miguel's thing.
Exactly.
So like you're also you're also a visitor here.
Exactly.
You know
right.
Like
bro, we met thousands of people in this joint. Like I didn't need to get more than of this progression. We got progression. We got a whole baby.
Yeah.
And we got to see MJ. You know what I mean? Like we good.
For sure.
But I do agree that even if someone were to agree with that point, right, that he will probably get even more of a shine in the next one. I think so.
For sure.
It would be fire if Mayday did something to that'd be hot.
That would be tough. Yeah.
But yeah. That was
so we're getting to Miguel. Miguel and his AI Lila break down basically the multiverse. So we got to get in. This scene is very pivotal for this movie, and I guess for the full multiverse of everything that we've been watching, MCU stuff, Marvel stuff, Sony stuff, Spider-Man. It connects everything together.
Yeah.
So they start to explain the multiverse, and it starts off with the same multiversal image that we've seen in like the MCU. Loki.
I was going to ask you about that. Question mark? No? Do we have side eyes to that?
What do you mean? Explain.
Did it not look exactly the
same? It was. I think that was on purpose. It did look exactly the same.
So they are connecting this show.
I mean,
the
multiverse everything connects. Whether they get into more of that.
They took Marvels, right? Like
the
design don't got to be. It would be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
If they wanted us to be like, this has nothing to do with the MCU, even keep that other 1999 line. Keep it, right? The multiverse wouldn't look the same design. Like they would literally make it a different color or something. You know what I mean? Like
no, it looks exactly.
It's
literally the exactly same thing from Quantumania and
right.
Loki and Loki.
So I'm like,
yeah.
There's stuff going on.
So when they show you that though, they show us that he starts to break down. This is a multiverse. This is what this is. But also, the spider webs pop up over it, and it's like this is the web of life from destiny. This is things that connect all of us spider people together. And there's certain things that have to happen to each one of us to make us who we are, right? And starting on this part here, it starts to break down and show you these pivotal events in different spider people's lives. Yep. When basically Uncle Ben's passing, Gwen Stacy
from Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, but it's showing you everything. Like these are all
even the
pivotal
comic
events. Like they give you comic book panels. You're seeing comic book panels. You see the Venom thing.
You see Toby too.
You see Toby. You see Andrew. You see the Spectacular Spider-Man from the comic, from the animated show. And it's just showing all these pivotal events that make Spider people who they are. And basically telling Miles like, yo, yeah, you had the Prowler incident, but it's your father also has to go. And Miles like slowly realizing this. He's like, because even he looked at Peter like, yo, that happened to you too? I didn't know. Yeah. And he's looking at Obi. He's like, you and like he didn't really realize what this was.
Daniel killed his part so hard because like his reaction was so Spider-Punk. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was like, what of it? I was like, yo, that was so crazy. Like I'm bugging in my brain, but also this moment is wild. I'm just like, okay. It was kind of wild though, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so he's learning all this stuff, right? And basically he's like, so when does it happen for me? When is this going to happen? And he's like, 2 days from now. He's like, all right, so we all going to go help and stop it, right? No. And like Miguel is just like, yo, Miles, I'm tripping. Miles is just like
2 MIs.
It's so many. But Miles is basically like, what you mean we not gonna stop it? I can stop it. I can do both. I can. And they're just like, no, bro, you can't.
That's why I thought it was crazy that Miguel even told him. I'm like, that's kind of nasty work that you about to tell this kid all this, and you're like, oh yeah, it happens in 2 days from now. Oh yeah, and you can't. Like it was like,
it's like you're staying.
Bro, you should have just kept it. You should have kept lying. Yeah. But to me, it just shows Miguel's character. You know, he's straight up like, "Nah, I want you to know." You know what I mean? Yeah. It points to how he talked to him when the chase happens. Yeah, how he starts getting down. Yeah,
because that's not even everything. That's only scratching the surface of what Miles is, who Miles is to this whole Spider multiverse.
You want my theory on why he act like that?
You talking about Miguel?
Yeah, because I don't remember as much. I know Spider-Man 2009 Trust, but like I don't remember as much about the actual integral parts of his story, right?
You mean like in the movie or period?
In period for Spider-Man.
Okay, because in the movie they changed it a bit.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know, or tell me if this has changed or not, because I heard recently that he always wanted to be just like a Spider-Man. Like he learned ways and researched ways of the old Spider-Man from years before him because he wanted to be like them. Okay. That's what I heard as a part of his origin and like how he does some things that he does. Right. Well, you know how Miles keeps calling out, like, are you even Spider-Man? Because he bites people and all that,
his power set is very different. Yeah, exactly. Because he doesn't, like, his whole thing with crawling on walls, he doesn't do it the same way. He used claws.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He doesn't have, honestly, the same natural spider things.
It's just different. Because he was...
I'm just saying, right, they're different. It's they're very different.
Same, right? Like, apparently, one thing I was looking at when I was looking at Spider-Man 2099, sorry to diverge, because we diverged a little bit. But... Yeah, we'll be right back. His power set, he's stronger than the original Peter. Right. Just based on his... Like, he's just a little different.
And that makes sense, right?
And he's also a vampire. But yeah.
So he is a vampire?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know he actually was one or not. Or
I don't want to say, like... It's vampire-like.
He's some type of monster person.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting.
Because you can even see his eyes was red, the teeth thing. The teeth? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, you're right. But with all that, it makes him different, right? Yeah. I think that partially he's jealous of Miles for be considered like this thing.
Interesting.
You know?
Interesting.
Because the way that he dogged him with the part that we didn't get to yet, and this part and everything we're saying, like, there's a lot of hate in the room. It's a lot of hate in the room. Yeah. And it's not just like... Because he gives all the information now. Unless he knows more that we don't know.
I feel like it still might be more to it.
Maybe, right? But I don't think it's more that he knows about Miles. That Miles doesn't know, right? So all the things is on the table here. You snitching and telling it anyway. Right. So it's like, you seem very mad about this. Right. And not in the way that Jessica is. Jessica's more like, damn, I'm just going off of Miles' orders. But basically, it's like a good sergeant. You know what I mean? It's like doing her job. Yeah. And like trying to just keep a cold shoulder, unfortunately, because she don't want to get too attached.
She literally has a whole family and a child. She's literally pregnant.
She a mom, bro. So she's just doing this. And I get that. Still wrong, but Miguel a whole different hater rate with it, you know?
Real quick, while we on Miguel. During this scene, he kind of basically gives a little bit of his backstory and talks about how
good call.
He found a universe where he dies, but also had a family. So he basically goes to that universe and replaces himself and lives there and lives with the family and which also causes, I want to call it an incursion because Marvel, but they call it a canon event. Right. And that's the things with when you go against what's supposed to happen. these things happen to those universes, basically. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it was a little sly thing. We were talking about this off the pod, but it was a little sly thing that he said to Peter when he was explaining that. It was basically, yo, you can't, when you go against that, bad things happen, right? And it showed like him walking through this city and everybody in the city and the universe disappearing, and he's standing there, but like he's holding his daughter in his arms and she basically fades away. Yeah. And it's like, yo,
like the snap.
That's his motivation for doing what he's doing with the Spider Society and trying to stop people from going off that path, because like bad things like that can happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So we get to Miles basically confronting Miguel and is like, yo, so you brought me here to stop me from saving my father, and things like it just gets really deep. And from there, they try to trap Miles, and OB Brown, he pulls up on him and was like, yo, bro, remember what I taught you? Use the palms.
He was helping the whole time.
He really was. He really was. We're gonna talk about that too, because he was those whole scenes, he was dropping little hints like, yo, bro, this ain't what you think it is. Yep. You know what I mean? You might want to pump your brakes. You know what I mean?
Oh, honestly, yeah, we should call out that scene real quick.
Let's talk about it.
When they're in the Spider Society, before they have this whole conversation where they break everything down to him, Hobie is talking to Miles and he's like, hey, yo, like, do you know everything that goes on here? And like, why we're here and what we're doing? And he's like, nah, but it's a bunch of spider people.
I want to watch. He was like, I just want to watch.
Right. Like, he's like, literally like, he's like, I want cool stuff. This is cool. Like, I want friends. That's it. I want people to relate to. And he's like, yeah, but bro, you know, like what we doing?
And he told him like,
the last thing is the best. Yeah. And he was like, I don't know word for word, right? But he basically was like, just make sure you know
what this is before you decide to join.
Yeah. So now fast forward to where we're at.
And he basically the whole time, to me, it seemed like Spider-Punk was just watching the whole time to see what he's going to do, because he's like, I know everybody seemed to know already about Miles,
every single person
before Miles did.
They did,
and it was like, let me see how you handle this. You know what I mean? And Miles,
true, it was almost like seeing if he respects him or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he does, obviously. Yeah. But that's cool. I never thought about that. Like, I think the whole time he's low-key like sizing him up. Yeah. Even when he's saying all the stuff that we just said, like, hey, yo, you know about it? Just to see what type of character he is. You know what I mean? Right. Which is, man, I need a Spider-Punk John. I like him. I just like him.
I do too.
You know? He's dope. Cool. He's super dope.
So yeah, from there we get, this is one of the chase scene that we've seen in all the trailers. It's the epic chase scene, him running through the Spider Society headquarters, running from all the spider people.
And was it worth the wait?
Wasn't it?
Oh my
incredible.
God.
Incredible.
Wow. I don't know my favorite scene in that scene. Yeah. Do you have one? A favorite moment in that whole, even if it's the slightest thing, like a spider cat spitting on us, like, you know, like anything. Yeah.
It's a lot of anything. It's really, really a lot of those cool shots in there.
It's the shots,
a lot of little cool little Easter eggs. You had the one, I don't even know her name, but she's a Spider Woman.
Yeah.
And she was like in a wheelchair. She was like in a wheelchair, but she's on the ceiling and she's talking to Miles like, oh, hey, no. Yes. But she's also trying to catch him. Like,
at the same time. It's mine crazy. Might be Metro because.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Metro Boomin.
Yeah, and we called this out before when we heard he was going to be in it, but the moment was sick because it was almost like they made it come off like he it probably isn't that deep, but he had his own little joint. You know what I mean? Because everyone was behind him, and he's hanging, and he's like, "There's nowhere left to run." And then Miles like, I'm gonna get me out, and then just breaks it. Which again, to me, it shows how amazing the actual story plot is, the anomaly thing, because that's a whole. He literally broke outside the box again. Yeah. Like literally they're like, no, like for real. Like it's literally like, you can't do anything else. He's like, no, I always got something, you know what I mean? No, right. And it just proves that Miles is only Miles. It's just only Miles, you know? Right. And then Metro's being like, oh, I'm sorry, everybody.
Sorry, there was another way out.
Because literally there isn't a way out. Like he just went off the rails. So yeah, but that was probably my favorite one. That was dope. That was dope.
So that leads us, he's running around because, mind you, this Spider headquarters is actually in Nueva York. It's in the 2099 universe. Yeah. So he's running, he's trying to figure out a way.
Man, a lot of power, bro. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, like what does he have on y'all? Is he blackmailing all the spider people, bro? There's millions of y'all, and y'all just like, Father Miguel.
Father Miguel.
You know, like, it's in his home. Like, it's probably his house. He probably lived there.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
Crazy. Anyway.
So they're running through the 2099 universe. They're trying to get away. They find this train, which is, it looks like it's leaving the Earth. It's like going up. The train is like going up in the air. Mm-hmm. So he's on this train.
You never figured out what it actually was doing, right?
I want to say they said it was going to like Mars or something. It was going somewhere in space or something like that. Word. So the train's going up and they're all chasing Miles on this train. And it's him and Miguel and they're fighting. Its fight scene's crazy.
Insane.
And Miguel is kind of fed up at this point. and he basically gives him more information about who he is within the Spider-Verse.
My personal favorite moment probably of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically he's telling Miles like, yo, you're an anomaly. You're not supposed to be Spider-Man.
Not even that. You are the original anomaly.
Yeah.
Which is even more funny because I'm like, is there other anomalies?
It was a spot.
So it confirms that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it. Now I understand.
Yep. So yeah, he was like, yeah, you're the problem. Like, you wasn't supposed to be Spider-Man. There was the spider that bit you came from another universe. Now that universe is messed up because it bit you instead. And he's basically like, Miles is like, yo, what? And he finds out that everybody already knew this already. Mm-hmm. Peter B. Parker already knew this already. Gwen knew this already.
And he even asked him, bro. He's like, so y'all knew and they couldn't even. Peter literally put his head down. He couldn't look at him in the face. And Gwen, did you peep the way they set up her line in this one?
She was like, I didn't
oh!
know how to tell you.
Oh my God, he should have threw a web at her face right there. My God. Oh.
Yeah, that was hard,
wow,
man.
It was hard.
That was hard. Shout out to Shameik, man. Shout out to Shameik with the acting. He's going crazy in this movie. Give it to him. Go and give it to him. That definitely was one of the dopest scenes in the film.
Too dope. Again, that one and my other favorite scene is after when he talks to his mom. But those scenes when he realizes he's like, I'm him. He talks about it in them. He's like, not in that scene, but even that line, like, I'm gonna do my own thing. He realized he's like, nah, I'm cool. And then the next one, he straight up, he was like, I beat all of them. And he made like that face. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, nah, they kill with this joke. Kill. But anyway, yeah. So once he says basically, everyone's trying to, what did he say? Everyone's trying to like tell me how my story goes.
Yeah, and he said, I'm gonna do my own thing. Yeah. And so basically he messes up Miguel's suit with his electricity powers. And basically he lured all the spider people on this train going into space, jumps off the train, goes back to the spider headquarters, and finds his way to this what is it? The send home machine, I think that's what they called it.
Is it? I didn't even know.
Something like that. It was like some type of go home machine.
The joint that Spider Bite.
Yeah, Spider Bite. Who also, what's her name, man? It's played by Amandla Stenberg.
It's Amandla Stenberg. She's so fire too and everything. So and she about to be in the Star Wars joint. She killing right now.
Nah, she's going crazy. Shout out to her. So yeah, he winds up getting into this machine. Everybody's still trying to stop him, but I guess there was some connection between him and Spider Bite, and she let him go. Now, one thing about this scene, do we want to give up the twist yet, or we want to keep going? Because I noticed some things. You know what? No, let's not give the twist up. Let's keep it going.
Try to remember.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not gonna forget.
All right, bet.
So this machine winds up sending Miles back home to his universe, and then we don't see him yet. From then, we get Gwen popping up, and Miguel. This is
all simultaneous.
This is all simultaneously. Gwen pops up. Miguel is like, "Yo, it's your fault. We're sending you home." So they throw her in the chambers, like, yo, send her back home. She goes home, and Miguel, Jessica Drew, and Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider, played by Andy Samberg, was really fun.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, right.
I'm so glad it was him.
Right. So they wind up going to Miles' home universe to try to find him.
To try to find Miles? I thought they was straight up there to try to.
You thought they were trying to end the day? Nah.
I don't trust Miguel, bro. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's what he told him, but I bet Miguel, if he saw his dad in the street, he was gonna get bit.
Oh, the kid bit is crazy.
Next thing you know, Miles pull up. Are you eating my father? I told you, he has to die by the hands of your mouth. That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
No, but anyway, yeah.
So yeah, we get that. And it was some spice between Peter and Miguel on that scene. I don't know if you want to touch on it real quick before we get to Gwen's scenes.
When he popped off, like,
yeah, because like he's recruiting them to try to go get Miles, and he's like, yo, everybody else go find a spot, whatever. And he's like, Peter's like, yo, I gotta take May back home. It's her bedtime, whatever.
Oh yeah.
He's like, yeah, we got enough of you, so you can go. We got enough Peter people here. You can dip, bro.
You know what's funny now that you say that, bro? I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be like a double bar. Because at the time, the first time watching it, I like took it not that way. And now hearing you say it, I'm like, oh, it probably maybe what he meant. But I thought he was saying we have had enough of you.
Yeah.
Like,
I might have been both. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They could have barred us up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just thinking Spider variants and the Spider places. Mad Peter Parker's there. So it's literally
Peters. No,
we
you're
have
right.
other U's here. So
I think they did that. I think they did that on purpose. Yeah, that's hard. That's so hard.
Yeah. So from there, we get back to Gwen's universe. And she's stuck home and she's trying to, basically she has to go home and talk to her father. The last time they seen each other was not good. He was going to basically arrest her and shoot her and all that. So now.
And all that.
Yeah, right? So she pops up back home, sneaks in the house, and then he winds up seeing her. She thinks she about to shoot her because the way the shadow goes, it looks like a gun in his hand, but it's not.
Like a teddy bear or something.
Right.
Comfort her.
Yeah. And they have this deep talk about, what it means to be a spider person and the parallels between her and him with being a police officer and trying to help people
of the world,
protect people. Exactly. And they have this loving moment, which is awesome. And he accepts her as Spider-Woman, right?
And tells her that he is not. Oh, because we can maybe go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, in that scene when the Spider Society and Miguel are breaking down the whole multiverse thing to Miles, and that he has to let his dad die, they said that it's because he's a captain, right? And like the captain in all Spider-Man stories has to die, basically.
Yeah.
And Miles looks at Gwen in that scene and goes, "Isn't your dad a captain?" And she just kind of looks. I don't even really know. There's multiple emotions, honestly, in her face in that.
Yeah,
it's partially like, I don't know how you took it, but me, I took it as like one thing, like, yeah, it is sad, and I'm sad about it, but also on the other side, like, I was gonna let that go because we beefing and it's a part of this, like almost like she accepted it because of the bad situation that she was in. Right. It was a mixed thing. I don't know if y'all took it that way. Sorry if y'all didn't, but I feel like it was her look was specific, right?
For sure.
So now coming back to that, when she realizes that her dad said he quit because of the whole, he couldn't take it. Obviously, he's not going to like arrest his daughter and all of that, which is dope that he didn't, because he could have, we thought he was going to. She realizes, what did she say? She just called, she's like, doesn't that mean something? Like, she actually reacts to the fact that he doesn't.
Yeah.
But
doesn't that go against the canon? I think it was.
Is that really
something to that effect? I don't know if that's exactly verbatim, but because that was something that Miguel was stressing. These are canon events; they have to happen. This canon event, they're diverging from that canon event with him quitting the force, so he doesn't have to die.
Which could be proof to Miles's point, and Gwen is, this kind of gets to what my theory is.
It's an example,
but Gwen was also someone that was going up to them after they kicked Miles out, or once they were trying to find Miles and chasing him. She said twice that she thought, at least throughout the movie, that she thinks there's a possibility that he could, basically his theory could be right, that their way isn't the only way. Right. So this to her was definitely like, oh, that's why I think she reacted like that.
Not for sure.
But yeah, so then
her dad gives her, basically Hobie stopped by the universe and dropped off another watch, which is something that he was making, which goes back to him.
He was making that? Didn't realize? How'd you realize that?
So if you peeped him during the scene, remember the scenes when they're in the Spider Society and he's talking to Miles, asking him all the questions like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Yep. If you notice, he's taking stuff, kind of like Rocket.
Yeah,
from Guardians.
Oh my God, he is.
But he's walking around taking stuff. Even Miles kind of like took some and put it back down, and then he just went right back around him and took it. So he's taking things to build his own technology.
Oh, again, Spider-Punk series. I'll take a movie. Let's be real right now.
I would too.
Wow.
Yeah.
This man is a thief. That's a genius. Yeah. That plays that is like in a band that doesn't like bands. And also, doesn't this guitar have powers, bro?
I think so.
They said it's electric venom.
Oh wow, that's tough.
It's not like, he said it's no connection to venom, but it's considered, that's what it's called.
Right.
And it, like, he hits it and like the sound waves like hurt people.
Yeah.
Bro, he's stupid.
Yeah,
like,
he's very cool.
Oh my God, I
very
need
cool,
more.
very
need
cool,
more.
very cool.
And then Daniel, nah, bro.
Nah, yeah.
That's something golden right there.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
But yeah, so she gets that Spider-Punk's watch. Mm-hmm. Which looks different than Miguel's when the portal opens. It looks like Spider-Punk style. You know what I mean? Which is really cool.
That's what I'm saying. He the coolest, yeah.
Yeah, right? So she uses that watch. She thinks Miles went back home to his home universe. So she uses that watch to go try to find him. And this is coming up on the big twist of the film right here. So during this...
Want to go back to Miles first?
Oh, yeah. This all happened simultaneously.
That's why I was like, yeah.
So we can jump back to Miles. Miles is in this universe, and he's running around. He's trying to get back home to find his parents. And
he gets home.
Yeah, he gets home, right? Gets to his room, which looks slightly different, right? And he talks to his mom. Basically, tells his mom, "Yo, I'm Spider-Man. This is what I've been doing." And
in a phenomenal speech, by the way.
Yeah,
like, that
you know what it reminded me of?
That was the best. Yeah,
it reminded me of. I don't know if you remember on Boys in the Hood when Cuba Gooding Jr. when he comes home after the shooting and he's talking to
and he's like breaking down.
When he's walking across the door, he's just pacing and going back and forth,
losing it. Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that a little bit. It's just some of the body movements.
Yes,
some of the body movements.
That mixed in with like technically what they were trying to do with the scene in the last movie that I brought up to you off the pod.
Yeah,
what is that like? When he falls off the skyscraper?
Yeah.
It's kind of a mix. So it's like that emotion where it's like confidence, but then I'm also like breaking at the same time. Yeah. No, it is both. Good call. Good call.
Which was really cool. And he basically tells his mom, I'm Spider-Man, da-da-da-da. She doesn't know who Spider-Man is. Mm-mm. She thinks he's joking. He thinks he's crazy.
That's when I knew. When she first reacted and said, "Oh, like who's Spider-Man?" I was like, "Oh my God, he is not at home."
Yep.
I was like,
"Yep."
Crazy.
And that leads to us finding out that Miles is in the wrong universe.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right
now, you can go back to Spider-Bite.
Right. What's about Spider-Bite?
Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah, right. So if you were paying attention, when Miles was running away from all the Spider people, when he jumps into the going home machine, whatever that's called. His Spider-Bite is pressing buttons on the screen. On the screen, it shows you the universe that it scans off Miles, because it scans each Spider person or whoever person's in it to send them back to their home universe. It scans them. Now, when it scans him, it detects the DNA from the spider that bit him, which wasn't from his universe, as we learned in the film. And it sends him to the universe that spider is from.
Earth 42.
Earth 42.
Just like the spider.
Right. So during these scenes, we get him finding out that Uncle Aaron is still alive.
Yeah, because then he pulls up into the room, right?
Yep. Uncle Aaron is still alive. He hugs him. He's all this, but everybody's looking at him funny, like, all right, why are you acting like this, right?
Right.
His mom notices that his hair is not braided, which is another little sign. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, nobody thinks nothing of it. So he's going out. His Uncle Aaron is like, yo, come with me. We have to go handle some business, whatever. They get to the roof.
Miles should have known what was going on right there, man.
I think he kind of did, but he couldn't really do anything.
Because it would have broke his cover, right?
Yeah, because he knew he was the Prowler. That's from the jump. He's like, all right, I know this is not, you know what I mean?
Got it.
So they go on the roof, and basically he's basically analyzing his universe side. So what's different? Something's different, right? So he's looking around. He sees the mural of his dad on the wall.
And it says R.I.P.
Jefferson Davis. Now in his universe, it's Aaron that's on that wall.
Right.
So that's an obvious switch, right? Mm-hmm. So he's sitting there, he's talking, he's thinking, and out of nowhere, boop, he gets knocked out.
It was like lottery ticket when my man got knocked out. I was not expecting. Like you could expect it coming because something was coming, right? But once he got bing, it was so quick.
It was super quick. It was super
like
quick.
Miles would have never. He didn't even. His spider sense didn't tingle, did it?
No.
Think about that. That's how quick my man. Oh, that's kind of dangerous.
I also think that it didn't go off because it was him. But hold up, we didn't get there. So he wakes up on the punching bag, very similar to the way Peter B. Parker in the first one was tied up to the punching bag, right? Yes. And he's trying to plead with Uncle Aaron. He's like, "Yo, I'm from a different universe. In my universe, you died,
like,
but you try to save me.
Don't kill me, Uncle.
And you're trying to die." It's basically, please don't. I know you're the Prowler, but you didn't want to be the Prowler. And he's like, "Yo, I'm not the Prowler." Right? And so spins back around. The Prowler walks in the room. He's like, your dad's still alive. Mind you, we don't know who he is. He has a mask on. He's walking up to him.
If y'all know what's going on at this point, though,
y'all know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? So he's asking these questions.
Did you know it was Miles?
Did I know when I first seen it?
You didn't know it was Miles?
I honestly didn't put that together until the mask came on.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay. Nah. I honestly, bro, the second that I saw that the uncle that he was punched in the face, I knew it wasn't the uncle. Did you think it was the uncle?
I don't know. I just thought it could have been. I just thought it might have been some type of
like if something hitting him or something.
No. I thought it was just like a hint, like something like random villain, like you know what I mean. Somebody that's working with Aaron. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Because if he's in a criminal stuff, I'm sure he got people under him.
I get you now.
So I just thought it was some random person that just
For me, I was just no. That makes sense too. Mm-hmm. For me, it was just like once we realized he's not the I'm looking at him. And I'm thinking, oh, he's a Prowler. But then I'm like,
because they still try to fake you out when he put the glove on.
He puts the gloves on.
Yeah.
But that was before, I already knew by then that it was going to be Miles. Only because the way he was hit, you could see kind of like a body come. And I don't know. You know what I mean? I guess in my brain, I'm like, well, if this dude didn't hit him, and that means he's not the Prowler, who else is the... And I haven't seen Miles hit. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so we get Miles G. Morales.
Is that what they said?
That's his name, Miles G.
What's
Morales.
the G for?
I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, when it popped up on the thing, it said Miles G. Morales.
Word.
Miles G. Morales, who's played by Jarrell Jerome. Shout out to him.
Mike, just putting it out there, go back to these old eps when I said that live action Miles should be Jarrell Jerome. I'm not saying it still should be. I don't know how they're going about doing that.
No, right.
But how crazy is it that he became a spider person? He's literally Miles.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bugging out because I'm like, did anybody else say that? Like, that's kind of wild that he still is Miles. Like, it's weird. But shout out him. He's so good.
Yeah, he is.
And I love that he, Heavy Spoiler said this on his jaw, and how he has more of his Spanish accent in it. And it's because, at least he thinks that because the dad died, that he has more influence from his mom. Yeah, which makes a lot of sense that they even care about that. The detail in this movie is just like mind-blowing.
Detail is crazy. So yeah, that's the big reveal. That in this universe, because the spider didn't bite him, he became the Prowler, and that's kind of where the movie leaves off with Miles. We get a shot of Gwen basically compiling a spider team of her own.
We didn't get her great scene. When she pulls up to Miles's universe, she goes into Miles's house and she hears the parents kind of talking about her, kind of talking about Miles, but she realizes that they're like mad at Miles, and she kind of is like trying to cover for him.
Yeah.
So not cover, but like help out a situation. Yeah.
Like y'all expect y'all are assuming things like.
Also, was she in his hoodie?
Yes.
That's dope.
Yes.
This is why I don't think we could talk about it a little bit after, but it's not that deep, so not really. We'll do it now. I don't think she has a crush on Hobie. I think Hobie is it's just into her, but they're like,
I don't think he is either.
But it only comes off that way because he don't care about anything. So I get that. Yeah. But there's obviously something with them. But she still loved Miles. Like, it's obviously Miles.
I mean, she even said it was different with him.
She said it
earlier in the film. Because he asked her about Hobie. She's like, it's just different.
See, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, but we'll see in the next one, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, so she basically has a nice
talk,
like monologue. Yeah, nice talk with Miles' parents, and
basically telling them
like, does she tell them that he's Spider-Man? No.
But
she should have. I know that.
I thought, but I didn't think that was her place to do it.
It's not her place. But I just know it would help her and them so much in that situation. But
but you don't want to take that from him.
No,
you know what I mean? No. Because you seen what he was
doing.
Especially
after her telling him, don't tell their parents, and then you go and tell my parents. I'd be like, yo, what are you doing?
Nah, facts. That's facts.
What you about to say? You better say something.
Nah, that scene was incredible. And she basically kind of just reassured him, like, yo, I'm about to go find him. We're going to get everything back on track. You know what I mean?
With the drum solo from the beginning of the movie that Gwen did with the Mary Janes, by the way. That was a great detail. That her band name is called the Mary Janes. But nah, that drum solo like coming in like on an ending with making
the new Spider
story. It was amazing.
So she compiles a team that consists of the new Spider people like Spider-Man India and Hobie Brown, Spider-Punk,
Spider-Bite,
as well as our friends from the first film, which is Spider-Ham,
Gang,
Spider-Man Noir,
Gang,
and Penny Parker,
Gang. Peter B and Mayday
Peter B.
back in this thing. Yes. Once Mayday put on her little joint, I was like, this is about to be lit in this next joint. Like,
that's facts.
So cool.
So yeah, that's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That's where we ended at with this one. And it's still so much to talk about. It's still so many things that they dropped in these, so many Easter eggs and callbacks and foreshadows and all that.
Because I was about to just yell Donald Glover's name. So let's just do an overall break, like what your thoughts movie.
Yeah.
We'll
you want to do our rating first and then kind of get into the stuff? Or
because then can be predictions.
Got you. So yeah, what do you?
Make it quick, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead.
One of the greatest comic book movies of all time. One of, if not the. I don't know if I can put best animated movie of all time yet. That's like such a hard. There's a lot of animated movies, right?
Yeah, sure.
One of the best animated movies of all time, though. That's not that isn't a debate.
If it's it's definitely in the top 5,
easily. If it's not the best Spider-Man movie of all time, the last one is So it's like whatever, right? Like
if it ain't number one, it's number two,
right? Like, and the only live action one is No Way Home, and Tom himself said nah. So there's not really much more to put. Again, you can't talk about this movie enough with like the performances. It was just like everyone killed. I was so invested with everyone. I hated Miguel. Like in a good way. Like they killed their roles. Like anytime he screamed, I'm like, you are relax. Man, the animation, we just never seen all of these styles of animation at the same time on top of just all in one place. You know what I mean? Like it reminded me of like why like that Netflix show I don't mess it up. Love Sex Robots? Love Death Robots. Yeah. Bro, it's just like all of these different styles, but it's like you throw that show and you melting pot it and then throw every Spider-Man person ever leading it is the it is blue Spider-Man. Like it's the greatest concept and they exceed it every time. So it's just like 50 out of 10. 50 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I teetered the line between like 9.5 to 10, but
you want to give why since you have a not perfect score. You got kind of
well. If I said I teetered the line between 9.5 out of 10, but I'm leaning towards the 10 because I just been thinking about this movie since I've seen it. Like it's one of those, and I gotta give 1,000 animators, bro. Yo. 3 directors. I want to give everybody a credit right now.
Yeah. We can't do all 1,000 of y'all, though.
Yes. Shout out to them. Shout out to Phil Lord and Christopher Miller and David Callaham for writing this, John. But shout out to Lord and Miller for putting this together because they thinking, man. They thinking, man. Look at this, man. It's just definitely
again
a masterpiece.
Hey, you're already in this Marvel world. We might.
Hey, man. Feige got to see them cooking because this is generational.
I was wondering that too. I know that he knows. And he's seen the first. I know he knows, so I'm wondering what that. It's no way he hasn't thought about it.
Yeah.
For anything dealing with the MCU. So that's interesting that we haven't heard.
And they already playing with stuff. Who knows what type of contact that they have because they're playing with these MCU things. Man, Doctor Strange was dropped in this joint.
We heard that rumor that. Remember somebody on Twitter was like, "Hey, even though this is dope to hear all these MCU connections, it probably won't like." Translate when we go back to the MCU. And somebody, it was like a leaker person was like, don't be so quick or something. Remember?
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the hell is going on. Something's going on. But yes, thank you to all these humans.
Nah, for sure.
Oh my God.
For sure. It's just really like a masterclass in animated film and filmmaking in general and storytelling, the way these things connect and the way they give you, it's so much emotion and heart in these films. You know what I mean? That you're not expecting from this, I know animation gets this asterisk next to it from some people who don't necessarily respect the art form as it should be. Bro. But like this right here,
an 80-year-old can love this movie,
exactly.
And so
bro.
can a 2-year-old.
It's certain parts of this film where you can easily forget that you're watching an animated movie, bro. Like the way, the detail, the character creation, the hair, bro. It's incredible. That's all I can say. So yeah, I'll bump my 9.5 to a 10.
Can we hear why though? It would have been.
It's just nitpicky, bro. It don't really even matter.
What would it be? I just want your opinion out there, man. We here for the takes.
That's facts. I don't know. It's
because obviously you're not keeping the 9.5. You're making it a 10.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So, but say why you would.
The only reason it'd be the 9.5 just because this story isn't complete. You know what I mean?
Got it.
But that's again, that
feels like an unfinished thing.
Yeah. But we know what's coming next. Obviously, we went in there with that in mind. You know,
if you don't have that in mind, a 9.5 I think is fair.
Sure,
because that's the only thing.
No, for sure.
That's it
for sure. Even some of the things I know, people had their nitpicks on the exposition and them calling back to the first movie so much and kind of explaining the first movie a couple times.
They did
because they did that like twice. But I
thought that was a part of the joke. I feel like that's a part of the movie thing that they do. Like they did it with Peter B. Parker.
I'm not even talking about that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm talking about because it's a lot like the part with Gwen at the beginning. Gwen basically recaps the first movie in the beginning of the film. Then they do it again later in the movie, like recapping certain things from the first movie.
Okay.
I don't have an issue with that, but because I look at it from a standpoint as of, they might have known or have an inkling that this is going to be different than the other movies as far as the impact and what people are seeing.
And people might have not seen the first one.
Exactly. And this is such a big film. Like, giving you that information is very important because they use a lot of that in this story plot. So if you don't know anything about the first movie, it doesn't hit exactly the same. You know what I mean? Because there's certain things you might be lost on, like the bagel scene. It's a lot of callback to the first movie.
It's not going to hit at all without the bagel.
Right. Right. You're not knowing who Penny Parker is. You're not going to know who Spider-Man Noir. It's certain little things that you're not going to get if you weren't familiar with that. But I think that was a attempt to remind you and familiarize people who weren't as familiar with it to make this movie that much better. So I didn't have an issue with that.
I agree, because I bet that if they didn't have any of those type of callbacks to explain it, there would be people complaining that it didn't explain it well enough for people that didn't see the first one.
Nah, for sure.
So I think they covered all their marks.
Yeah, but that was my own, like, again, I don't even agree with that, but I get it. I see it.
I understand.
But like, I feel like everything that they did was necessary. I feel like it all worked together to get to where we're getting.
Even some people saying the beginning of the movie is slow. I might even possibly agree that it felt a difference in tempo and pacing than the next half of the movie.
Yeah,
sure. But again, you look back in retrospect, what could you have taken out? Literally nothing, or we don't feel the way we feel about this movie.
Nah, for sure. It's all necessary.
Oh man, all of it, because all the beginning is all the Gwen's parts and all the family Miles parts. You need both of them to get more into both of them,
right? Because you got to give that weight.
Need it.
So his decisions later in the film. You know what I mean? You got to understand.
Like the dad stuff would have not done this. It would have affected us. It wouldn't do the same thing if we didn't get that beginning where like Miles didn't come through for him. You know what I mean?
Right,
like it's just
right,
not the same. Not the same.
Right.
But yeah, man, perfect movie.
Yeah, well, man,
what a movie.
That was our Across the Spider-Verse review, man.
Yep.
Again, man, thanks for watching this. If you're still here, we appreciate that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We had a little bit of technical video difficulties, so if you do listen to our audio only version, we get into more theories. We get into more of our thoughts on the score and the music, which was incredible in this film.
Yes.
We also we spotlight a crazy theory from our guy Damon from Agents of Fandom.
Shout out Damon.
Make sure to follow Damon Tweet on Twitter and check out the audio only version to get into our thoughts on all of that.
Yeah. Shout out Sound Gallery.
Yes.
For letting us be in this lovely space.
No, for sure. And definitely shout out Agents of Fandom. It's the Agents of Fandom podcast. Make sure to check out agentsofandom.com. Check out all the podcasts on the network, man. Yeah. And yeah, we'll be back again at you really soon. It's a lot more movies coming out this year, so we'll be right on your head top with that. Yep. You know what I mean? Head top, bro.
And go listen to Mad Love Out Now by 7 Minutes to Forever. Yes. Watch out for Issues coming out soon.
Yes. Peace out.
Your love is abusing me.